I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're the customer. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, proud to have you here. For those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion, some slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe, turn on notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and that means to me being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are, celebrating yourself and celebrating others. So, what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about a topic that's been on my mind for a little while because I see a lot of this narrative being created in the kind of luxury sphere, and I've seen a number of videos on this particular topic or using this particular phrase within this topic, and it bugs me. I don't know why, it just annoys me. And I wanted to talk to you about it because I don't know if it's just me that feels this way about it. Now, I'm going to talk about Hermes, acquiring Hermes quota bags, and the way that people approach this particular process and the way that they talk about it, and why I can at times find it really frustrating. And this might be a tiny bit of a rant, but I'm going to try and keep it short. I forgot to do bag of the day. Kurt Geiger, double XL flap in the leather. Love this. I've spoken about it before. Check that out. Now, we all know the fact that the Hermes quota bags, Constance, Kelly, and Birkin are elusive. They are difficult to get your hands on. No one knows quite what the formula is. It seems to be a little bit of luck of the draw. Some people really enjoy that. Other people struggle with it and find it quite demoralizing and demotivating in terms of their brand experience. Now, my thought on this, and I've spoken about kind of pricing, exclusivity, elusiveness in a Chanel video, so do go and check that out. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But my thought on this particular topic, and when I hear people talk about it, is I love seeing it when it works out for people because they've enjoyed playing the game. Sometimes they've had to go to 4 or 5 different stores. It's taken them a couple of months, but they've enjoyed the hunt, they've enjoyed the process, and they're thrilled with what happens at the end. Fabulous. Love seeing that. I always feel a little disappointed for someone when they don't manage to acquire what they've been able to what they wanted to purchase. I always feel a little bit disappointed for them because I know how much they must want it, and some people really put in the work in order to try and get hold of these items. So I always feel disappointed in that sense, and I can understand they're a little bit of upset there, but I particularly like those videos when it's, I played the game, I didn't win this time, on to the next thing. I like it when it's that approach. What I cannot stand more than anything, and I've seen a few of these videos, is when someone's managed to buy the item, be it a Constance, a Kelly, or a Birkin, and they say, well, it was the one that I was offered, I didn't really like it, but I didn't have a choice, you know, I didn't know if I'd be offered one again, so I just took it, I just went for it because I didn't have a choice. You are the customer. Of course you have a choice. Of course you have a decision to make as to whether or not you like it. You deserve to buy something that you are in love with. And hopefully you have enough of a relationship with the sales associate, be that built up over time or be that just from the time that you've spent in the store, that they're understanding what you're about and what you like. And they're trying to select something that you're going to enjoy. And I really dislike this thought of people saying, I don't have a choice. You do. You're spending £10,000 plus on an item, 7 grand, 8 grand, whatever it is from the sizings, I can't remember. You're spending thousands of pounds. Of course you have a choice. No one's going into your bag, taking out the card and swiping it other than you. That's your decision to make. And the reason I think it bugs me more is not because of the fact that if someone buys something they don't love, well, okay, that's on them, that's their money, they've worked hard for it, they've got it, good for you. What bugs me more is that with items that are particularly difficult to come across, I don't like the fact that people are buying things that they don't love, and that potentially takes away from someone else who will love that. So I know, for example, if I were to walk into Hermes and they were to say to me, Mr. Snell, we have a red Birkin 30 for you with gold hardware. The conversation that we'll be having is, thank you so much, that isn't for me, but I really appreciate your offer, and if you have something that comes up in X, Y, and Z down the line, I would really love to hear from you, and I look forward to speaking to you in the meantime. That's the conversation that I would be having. Firstly, I don't have the funds to be able to, I don't have the funds for a Birkin or a Kelly or a Constance anyway, but if I did, I certainly wouldn't have the funds to just buy something for the sake of buying it. But also, I wouldn't want to take that away from someone who would love that. There will be someone who would love a red Birkin 30 in the gold hardware. Probably 3 steps behind me. I can't imagine it will take that essay long. And also, ultimately, their goal as a sales associate, as a customer support, a customer assistant, is to make sure you leave happy, to make sure that you're engaged, that you love the brand. No sales associate, in my mind, would want you to walk away and say, I was given no choice. I bet you they stuck it down in front of you and they said, here you go, we'd love to be able to offer you this. What do you think? You have a judgment call to make at that point as to whether or not you go for it or you don't. And if you don't love it, don't go for it. Don't go for it. Hold out. Have the conviction to say to your sales associate, I love the offer. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for it. This just isn't the right thing for me, and I really need to love whatever it is that I walk away with. I cannot imagine any sales associate is going to tut at you and roll their eyes. I think every sales associate would have a respect for the fact that you have not just taken what was in front of you because it was there, because it was what they were offering you. I really do believe that. Because let's say that there's 10 of you in the store, 5 people love what's put in front of them, 5 don't. There's no reason then that if the lady over there is being offered a pink Birkin 35 with Palladium hardware, but she actually wanted red, that those 2 sales associates might say, oh, okay, you're offering that. Oh, okay, no, she didn't want it. Okay, well, my customer didn't want this either. Okay, actually, their requirements seem, let's switch. Let's switch them. Why couldn't that happen? Doesn't mean it goes into the back and never sees the light of day again. They might be able to do a switch around. They might be able to call up a customer who's behind you and says, you know, we've got the bag that you've been dreaming of. Don't take that moment away from someone else. Don't take that moment away from yourself. Don't take that moment of falling in love with whatever it is that you are buying because you feel like you don't have an option. Do not take that away from yourself. Love whatever you are purchasing. If it's a purchase that is to fill a gap or it's something that has more of a utility function to it, that's fine. You don't have to love it. Sometimes we buy things because circumstances require it. A Birkin, a Kelly, or a Constance is not something you buy out of circumstance. It's something you buy out of passion. It's something you buy out of love. So love it. And don't take that away from someone else. Don't waste your money. Don't play into it and don't feel pressured. And also, don't place that on the brand. Like I said, the brand isn't forcing you. The brand is offering you something. They're giving you a choice. Make one. Make an informed one. Don't then walk away and say, I didn't feel like I didn't know if I would be offered one again. Take the gamble. Take the risk. They've offered you it once. The likelihood is they would offer it to you again. And what I'm sure they would much prefer is to see that someone has said no, something then comes up that they love and they glow about it, than having offered someone something, they've bought it and they see on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram 3 months later, bags I shouldn't have bought, bags I regret, I wasted my money. I certainly wouldn't be offering something else after that. I'd have just sat there watching it thinking, well, why did you say yes then? Why did you buy it? And I don't blame people for having that nervousness of, will I get this offer again? But surely it's worth it to get the perfect thing. Surely to fall in love with something. Give yourself choice, give yourself options. I would love, if I was ever to be in a position, I would say no to a Kelly and I would say no to a Constance. I would say no to a Birkin 25 and I would say no to a Birkin 30. But I would say yes to a Birkin 35 or a Birkin 40 if it was in bright pink, bright green, bright yellow, bright blue. Those 4 colours. Ideally, Palladium hardware. Second choice rose gold. I would say yes to a gold hardware as long as it was in those colours. Those would be my choices. And if they brought me out something in, I don't know, orange with Palladium hardware, as beautiful as that may be, that wouldn't be for me. But that will be for someone else. So therefore, why am I going to take that away from them? And why am I going to take away from myself the opportunity to buy something I truly love? I've done a lot of impulse buying over the years. I've done a lot of buying because it was the only thing available. And I thought, I've now reached this point where I think, no, I have to love it. It either has to really fill a use in my life, or I have to love it. That goes across a range of different products, not just bags, not just shoes, not just fashion. I have to love it. I have to want it. I have to feel it in my gut. And if something is telling me that this doesn't feel right, I'm not doing it. And I implore you to be the same. I implore you to be the same. And the reason, and I've spoke about this in that Chanel video, they have created this allure and this hysteria around these quota bags. But that is created partially by the brand, but by customers as well, because the customers are the ones pushing for them, clambering, discussing it. That's why it's got a hysteria. The brand has set the plan in motion and the customer has carried it forward. And good for them. They've done it fantastically. And I think it's really increased the allure of the Hermes brand. But make sure that you're buying whatever you love. Make sure you're buying whatever you love, that it feels special to you, that it feels important. It's too much money. And like I said, don't take that special feeling away from yourself when they unbox something that you're in love with. And don't take that away from someone else who, the item that you're not enamored with, they might be. Let them be. And let them love it. So there we have it, everyone. That's my thought on that particular topic. And I'd love to know what your thoughts are. This might not be overly popular. This isn't aimed at anybody. I need to really caveat that. It's just I've seen a fair few videos over years of watching YouTube where this has been one of the topics that has come up and where I've heard this phrasing around, I liked it, I didn't love it, I just felt like I had to buy it. And I really don't love it. I really don't love it for a number of different reasons that I've already outlined. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you've ever been in that position. And I'd love to know kind of what some of your dream bags are as well. I've spoken through mine. Let me know what some of your dream bags are as well. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me as always, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.